most black metal reviews this time. It's a band from Finland called Noenum, a band which I featured already in 2019 when their compilation came out. It's an interesting band for a couple of reasons. First of all, very little is known about them. This lineup is not exactly out there. You're like, hey, let's go to shows and meet and greets and all that stuff. But also because it was founded more than 20 years ago, and yet we are here waiting for their first album coming out. And here it is as physical format. I almost forgot to take it with me on this video because the thing here is I'm so used here in Spain to do these without physical copies. So here it is, shown to you, released by Northern Heritage. Originally this came out as on YouTube and whatever in late 2022. So people have been already been listening to this one since when it was released a few weeks ago, and the physical copy just arrived here roughly late January for reviews. And what I have here is once again a quality release by Northern Heritage with kind of a cardboard feeling to it. I mean, the booklet, it's not your thin glossy paper, but kind of something that feels way better in your fingertips, and as such bringing extra value to the release. And here on Metal Archive site we obviously have the band information, and as you can see, there is not too much info about it. I mean, whether you want to click the members list here, not much is being said. Then you have this goofy slash cool promotional picture, and we have some information there roughly from Satakunta, which is not a city but a kind of a territory in western part of Finland. So not even the city is mentioned, no other bands whatsoever. So here we have Heresiarch 2022 release, so very late to the game, so not possible to make it to the 2022 list, best of that is. Anyway, this album roughly being a month-old release is an interesting one, featuring 41 minutes of raw end of black metal. Not super raw, mind you, not exactly the most primitive stuff out there, but definitely leaning onto the raw end of black metal, with very, very much leaning to the early days of 90s black metal golden era, if you will. Nothing here sticks out as very original, and as such it would be easy to say, yeah, there are better bands out there, or that these kind of albums have been made a million times before. But what especially means a lot to me is that while tons and tons of different kind of albums, from super raw to more polished kind of black metal, is put out constantly, I mean on a daily basis, albums such as this really, stand out from the crowd, because a lot of these bands that are released very often by smaller unknown labels tend to be full of crap. That is, they are either pure shit or just mediocrity at best. And I keep listening to those on almost daily basis. A lot of weak ass riffs, poor production, poor execution, not interesting songwriting, etc., etc. And hardly I can even, have the interest to fully listen to them. And then you have albums such as by Noenum, which is in fact good one, making waves because the songs are good, the riffs are right there. It has this evil presence and this kind of a perfect balance between raw end of black metal and at the same time somewhat atmospheric. Don't get me wrong, this has nothing to do with your typical atmospheric black metal, which is all about, beautiful landscapes and nature and blah blah blah. This is a kind of a satanic evil darkness presence, atmosphere, if you will, I'm talking about, and that is part of the charm. While the individual might not be outstanding or anything super awesome, the album overall is in fact a good one. It's like going back to your roots in a way of early 90s. Good riffs, good execution, right there with the feeling, the atmosphere which makes this black metal. Mystic or otherwise, it's definitely the kind of a black metal you're probably looking for when you're browsing your mental dictionary called black metal. So, like I said, not much exactly originality and nothing outstanding in that respect, But if you're wanting to go back to the basics and forget everything like third wave black metal, post black metal, atmospheric nature metal, green metal, etc., and you want to put politics aside, be it RABM or NSBM or whatever, you just want to have black metal in the 90s ways, this is the album you're looking for. Without further ado, this is my way to stop the review right here and say it's worth listening to, and you will find more information in the description box. And if you need to search for a little bit for the music before buying the physical copy, at least YouTube should be your source of information and music. Thanks for watching, and looking forward to your comments about the album and questions, whatnot. See ya.